I was invited to the School of Wok to teach, so I'm going to be uploading the cookery process videos of that, not the preparation parts that we did in the morning, because the camera was too far away and I sound terrible in them. You can't hear what I'm saying, essentially. Mum did actually tag along this time. She wasn't actually invited, so don't expect her to be on any future courses that are just labelled me. In the future, if it's me and Mum, Mum will be there. But if it's just me as the chef, Mum is not going to be there. This was a very special one-off. Because I missed out the preparation on the screen, I will put the ingredients list and then you can just follow along with the video at home. I hope you enjoy this as much as we enjoyed teaching it. The lessons are really, really good and I'd suggest to sign up to our emailing list at jangs.com so you don't miss out if we're ever invited back. My lessons quite literally sell out within 24 hours. Okay, nice. So we've got beaten egg ready for you. And all you do is beat an egg, add a bit of salt and MSG, and then that's it. Is there salt and MSG? No, salt and MSG, yeah. So I'll season this all for everyone. Just a bit of salt, a bit of MSG. Oil. So we're going to make this new style, and I'll tell you variations as we go through, because they are massively different. But this is like the new style one that a lot of takeaways make. Mainly, I thought I've done the old school versions on the videos, so I thought if you've seen those, it might be nice for you to learn that. And if you haven't, it's a recipe anyway. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're going to need some oil here. Not too much, about 2 teaspoons. If you don't want to use that much oil, that's absolutely fine. It just won't taste as good. But you know, Chinese takeaway is a luxury sort of thing. It's not something you shouldn't be having every day. You can if you want. But, you know.
What oil are you using there? What?
Veg.
Just straight.
Never ever sesame oil.
Strong, yeah.
It's strong and it burns. And then what happens is your food ends up tasting like the smell of diesel. Because it's just burnt. Traditionally, some places will cook with sesame oil, but it's super refined, so it doesn't taste like sesame. It's not the same as this stuff here. Because this has still got quite a lot of protein in, which gives it its flavour. It has a low smoking point and it burns. So if you try, a lot of the people when they're at home, they try really great Chinese food, they'll use sesame oil to cook with. It doesn't taste the same. That's because if your takeaway's adding it, they're adding it at the end. Because you shouldn't be cooking with this stuff because it would just taste like diesel and burn.
Can you use brown nut oil?
Yes, you can use any neutral flavour oil you want. Just takeaways are using veg. So that's where the confusion comes in. So we want about 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Pinch of salt, a pinch of, there we go.
Oh, you won't go in one.
Yeah. Where did that go?
Oh, it's it, hang on. Entirely my fault.
Thank you. Blaming me. You definitely got it, I took it as well, didn't you? You don't want it too high when you're cooking the ketchup off because it will burn. It's quite sweet. Okay. So you just want to cook the ketchup off because if you don't, it just tastes like ketchup. Okay, I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you cook ketchup off, it doesn't taste like ketchup. And I realise ketchup is cooked anyway, but cooking it again changes it again. So we just want to cook this off. I am going to turn it up. And you know when it's done because the oil will start separating from the sauce. If you guys want to come in and look quickly. Can you see at the corner there? Sorry, I just mixed it so it's gone now. So when the oil separates, that's when it's ready. Also, it'll smell like it does now and it doesn't smell like ketchup. It smells just tomatoey rather than like something to dip with chips in. We're going to add our water. Okay, stir that in. Just going to add about half a teaspoon of garlic, of this garlic, okay? Then we're going to add water, quite a bit. Stir that in. Now this is where takeaways, a lot of old school takeaways would use this stuff, hot bean paste. Another reason why I'm not adding it to this is because this goes in the compo as well, and I wanted them to be different flavours, so it's not very similar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, or they use tom yum paste, which is actually my favourite version because I love tom yum, but that's not very, not very well known, not very done now, is it?
Yeah.
It's either this version or this version now. Anyway.
The recipe that you sent through, does it include the bean paste or not?
No, it's
Right,
the one
okay.
I'm doing now.
Right.
But if you want to add it,
Yeah.
all you do is add a teaspoon now.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Right.
That's it.
So everything's the same. it's
Everything's
just
the
about
same,
a
it's just
teaspoon
added,
of
yeah.
each.
A pinch of white pepper. You don't want too much white pepper, it's overpowering. You want about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, thank you. Traditionally, a black vinegar would be used, which tastes like Worcestershire sauce. I'm not joking, it just tastes exactly the same. It's just slightly less Worcestery. And vinegar. Now I like mine really sour, so I'm going to put 3 in. 3. If you don't like it too sour, just put 1. Don't worry, I'll shout all this out as you guys do. Don't worry. A little bit more salt, so a 1/4 teaspoon. Same for MSG. And sugar. You don't need too much sugar here, just 1 teaspoon flat, like that, okay? Because it's quite sweet because of the ketchup anyway. And we're going to bring this to a boil. Now, in a wok, in a takeaway, this happens within seconds, but because this isn't a takeaway wok, it's going to take a little bit of time. So just bear with it and.
Swing your arm.
Scroll.
That's more likely
When it starts to boil, we're going to throw a veg in, okay? And we're going to let it boil for about a minute, and that's just to take the rawness out of the veg. So it doesn't need to be like a roaring boil. So when it's like that, okay? That's when you can go. So we're going to go with our veg. Sorry.
You need your overhead camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a good idea. And we're just going to cook this off, keep it on a high heat, okay? Keep it on a high heat for about a minute. Well, personally, if we're doing this at home, we'd slightly pan fry off those vegetables first to get like a nice, richer, deeper flavour into that soup. Most takeaways aren't doing that, so that's why I'm not showing you to do that today. And then we're going to add our meat to this. Just 40, 50 seconds just to get the heat through that, make sure it's safe. And then we've got spring onions to cut. Yeah. Chilli flakes. This is what yesterday we got out there and I tasted my food. It's like, where's the hot? So I want to tell people to add the chilli. So add as much or as little as you want, but I'm going to add about a teaspoon of chilli. These aren't particularly hot. If you're used to chilli, if you're not used to chilli, just try one first and then decide how hot it is. Okay? Just try a little flake. We've got a pre-cooked prawns and chicken here, and all we've done with the chicken is we've poached it in some bicarb water. You want to make sure that the temperature of the water doesn't go over 90 degrees C, and you want it to keep above 80 degrees C. And a pro is one of the best things for. It's a good question. If you've got a litre of water, usually about half a teaspoon. Okay. So this is boiling now.
So what is the bicarb in the water for when you cook it?
Again, it's velveting.
Okay.
So it's to stop the. So when you cook this chicken for a second time, it stops it from going stringy.
And too much
dry.
bicarb would do what?
Makes it taste awful.
And
For one, or go really slimy. Now that's really boiling. I'm going to put in the meats. Yeah, poached chicken. Just a touch of dark soy. That's just for a little bit of colour. And we're just going to cook that off for, like I said, 40 seconds just to get that heat through those meat. And then we're going to thicken with potato starch slurry. Now historically, takeaways used to use cornstarch until the early 2000s, where potato starch started becoming readily available, and then we found that it's a far better product. It stays thicker longer. You need to use less of it. If you don't cook it out, it doesn't taste grainy or bitter. It doesn't go cloudy. It stays thicker longer. And if you're using it for batters and crispy stuff, because it's more chemically stable, it doesn't want to draw the moisture out of the air as easily as cornstarch does.
They're not crispy.
Yeah. We're going to add potato starch slurry, which is literally just water and potato starch in a 1-to-1 ratio, really. And then you want to add and stir at the same time, because if you don't stir, what happens is you end up with lumps. You can have this, I like it thick, so if you don't want it too thick, don't add too much. And then when that's thick to how you like it, You're going to knock off the heat, and then you're going to get egg.
Yeah.
Thank you, my bad. It's important to do this when the soup isn't bubbling too much. You can have it bubbling a little bit. You want it to rest a little bit, and then you just drop your egg in. A tiny amount. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, just so it cooks. Because if you stir it straight away, what you end up with like something that looks like sick. But if you let the egg, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. And then you stir it slowly, and then what happens is you get the ribbons. Let it sit, and the residual heat in this is going to be enough to cook that egg through. And then there we go. And then when it's cooked, you just stir it up, and you get defined egg bits and not small little. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is where what's what a lot of takeaways do. I don't particularly like adding the sesame oil, but they will. Just a small amount, okay? Too much sesame oil overpowers. Literally like a quarter teaspoon. Garnish over the top. And then when you've done that, I'm going to take the whole bowl out there. I think that's what we did last time.
Yeah.
Then dish it up, and then you can garnish with some lovely spring onions that I cut myself. I didn't. Okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone ready to start?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be walking around helping you guys out, so don't worry, you don't have to remember anything.
Yeah.